All right, hi. So it's our first episode of Tales from the Basement.
Or whatever the heck we're going to call it yet. We don't know.
Yeah. And this is Batman Arkham Asylum. This is one of my favorite games of all time.
Probably one of the pinnacle of action games within the last, I don't know, probably decade or so.
Easily.
Last several years, we can say at least.
Yeah.
Just very wonderful game from Rocksteady Studios. They didn't pay us, we promise.
Yeah. Arkham City's coming up pretty soon, and
I think they just announced a release date for that. That's coming out, next October, I think, is what they're aiming for. So.
October is the perfect time for a Batman game to come out.
It really is.
I really love the Batmobile that they have for this game, because it's definitely reminiscent of, like, the old...
Certainly.
Yeah, the old one, and to a certain extent the Tumbler as well. Like, it's...
This game did a wonderful job of incorporating kind of...
Batman.
Yeah, the more serious aspects that we've been seeing more recently with the Nolanverse, and also just the classic comics.
Yeah.
You know, they harken back, maybe not to the super campy days of, like, the original Detective Comics that he started off in, but...
Oddly enough, very little to do with the actual Arkham Asylum graphic novel.
Yeah. But, you know, oh well, this is fine.
No problem.
I think I would sooner play this, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I love the Batman comics and everything, this is just...
Yeah. And Arkham Asylum is just hard to read. It's a brilliant work, but it's just hard as hell to read.
They can be like that sometimes.
Oh, Warden Sharp.
I would just like to point out I love that opening shot that they have right there.
With
just
the door
the backlit Batman standing triumphantly, or so he thinks, over Joker. It's a great shot.
Yeah. Does it make me crazy that I actually find some of Joker's lines, especially on this part of the game, kind of hilarious?
You know, no, it doesn't make you a bad person at all, because I mean, what we're looking at here, there's some fantastic voice work going on, because Joker, of course, is played by Mark Hamill, reprising his role from Batman the Animated Series, who was, I mean, besides Heath Ledger, who played a very different kind of Joker, I think probably the best Joker voice we've ever had.
Nicholson was pretty good.
Nicholson was good, but he was a different kind of Joker as well, I think. I mean, he was a little bit crazy, but he was like 80s crazy.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, the Michael Keaton movies were great, and they're probably the better ones that we had up until Nolan got his hands on it. But, yeah, I mean, those were kind of it, because let's not even talk about things like the Clooney version. That was just horrible.
Oh, Bat Nichols. And it makes so much sense. Like, George Clooney looks like how you'd expect Bruce Wayne to look. He just, you know...
He wasn't... I think he was just given a bad script, because I actually like George Clooney as an actor. I mean, I don't care much for the man, but... As an actor, he's great. I love everything that he does, but he just got one of the worst scripts that has probably ever come out of Hollywood.
Yeah. Anything with Schwarzenegger in it where he's not the main character.
Okay, I was about to say, now let's just hold on a second. You're dismissing the Terminator movies, and...
Let's just take this opportunity to look a little bit at, like, the visual designs of the Joker, because you won't see him that much throughout the movie, but...
No, he'll never be tied down like this again, certainly. But
like, you know, even down to the spats and everything, I think they really captured a certain type of Joker, certainly not like Ledger's Joker, but definitely the comic Joker in a very large way.
I would just like to point out that I find it somewhat ironic that he's still got the corsage on there. I mean, have these people never dealt with Joker before? That thing's probably loaded full of gas that will kill you.
Yeah.
These guards just suck at their job.
Well, yes.
Okay, well, yeah, we see that later, especially this dude to your right over here is just being kind of a, well, you know.
The one with the gun on him?
You'll see, that's Frank.
Oh, right,
whatever
Frank.
his name is. Isn't it Frank?
I think it's Frank.
Okay, we'll call him Frank for now. But look, the guy's got a hip flask right there.
Yeah.
You're on duty, man. Come on, have some... I don't even know.
I love this. This is my favorite one.
That laugh is just fantastic.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm gonna draw the parallels between the differences but similar awesome value of Ledger and Hamill.
Yeah.
I read an interview with him, and he said how he would be sitting in Los Angeles traffic, just in his car. Yeah, and he get these weird looks from people in the opposite lane. Just, what the hell is this man doing? Is that Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
Why is he laughing like that?
No.
Additionally, you have the voice of Batman from the animated series playing Batman again.
Yeah.
And he does a very good job. He sounds like what you would expect Batman to sound like without... I mean, no disrespect to Christian Bale. He does a very good job in his role, but the gravelly voice, it doesn't sound quite right. I understand why they did it for the purposes of that franchise.
Yeah.
But here it just sounds a little bit more like just strict and authoritative and still mildly intimidating. It's how you would expect Batman to talk.
Amen.
And actually the guy who just walked up and spoke to the Joker there in the scrubs, that's Stephen Bloom. We gotta point him out because he's in every bloody game ever.
Yeah. No, this is one of the most ridiculous parts of the game, in my opinion.
Oh, how they just, yeah.
The fact that the Joker and this guy, who you're about to see, are allowed to be in the same room ever.
Yeah.
The fact that this guy is allowed out of his room ever is kind of interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it brings up a few moral quandaries here in that, is this guy even human anymore? Shouldn't we just put this animal down?
Yeah,
he's dangerous.
I guess the idea is that he certainly was at one point human.
Yeah.
Also, when he steps, why is the mist green?
Because...
Joker gas, hit the deck!
Yeah. Actually, this guy's also voiced by Stephen Bloom.
Well, yeah, but through so much distortion software.
Yeah, true. It's kind of like him voicing Grunt in Mass Effect 2. Yeah, you see, why did you wait?
Yeah.
I would just leave that bloody thing on, you know? I mean, sure, cruel and unusual punishment, but he's also a giant frickin' alligator.
I really need to get me some new... Okay, move up.
At least he had the, intelligence to wait until Killer Croc was out of the room before he said something like that.
Although, to be fair, I'm not sure if Killer Croc really, I haven't read many comics with him or anything, so I don't know if Killer Croc really identifies so much with crocodiles.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, he is one, certainly, but I don't know if it's it's not I don't know, Catwoman.
Yeah, true. I mean, he definitely, especially with the interview tapes that you find throughout the game here and there, the audio logs of the patient interviews and everything.
He considers himself an animal.
Yeah, he's definitely embraced the animalistic side of his personality.
Yeah.
But not so much specifically reptiles or crocodiles or any of that. So, no, that's an interesting point.
He's not using, lizard-related puns.
Tell me something.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! We do run into one more little bit with Freeze, not directly, but one of his little scattered mysteries throughout the game, and I'll probably make another horrible ice pun when the point...
Riddler's scattered mysteries, not true.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about, there's one about Freeze, but...
Yeah, I know.
I will make a pun at that point, but until then...
Hold off.
Yeah, I give the audience free reign to call me out on it if I do it again. Yeah, this was actually great the first time you played the game because you actually did feel pretty tense. The lights go off. Well, it's more than the lights go off. The whole screen is black, so you have no inkling of what's going on.
And you're like, okay, it started. The game's ready.
Exactly, because you know that Joker's going to escape. If the entire game was escort Joker down a corridor, press X to say intimidating things RPG 2008, then... Or was this 09? Okay, I can't remember.
Who knows?
But point being, that would be lame. You knew Joker was going to get out at some point, so when that happened, you kind of thought, okay, it's on now.
Yeah.
And then Batman does his characteristic, I'm going to grab you by the throat because I'm Batman.
Yep.
And here we have Commissioner Gordon.
I feel I love the character design for everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like Batman's ears are a little tall. I only just noticed that now, but they seem really tall.
I guess they are pretty up there. I mean, the height of Batman's bat ears has alternated quite a bit over the years, from the Adam West cat ears, basically, to, I mean, this, I guess, would be kind of on the upper end of the scale, besides the super like artistic liberties taken on like the cover of the Frank Miller graphic novels, for example. I think he has some pretty accentuated bat ears in that one. I love Commissioner Gordon. This guy's just so cool.
I don't like it. At least he's back where he belongs.
Oddly enough, Commissioner Gordon and Batman's voices are actually fairly similar in this game. And why don't you ever see them in the same place together?
I just love Batman's outbursts of anger. He's like, oh no, Joker's getting away. Damn it, Glass, I blame you. This is all your fault.
Come on in.
I thought they never really explained how she got loose.
Yeah. I mean, presumably, based on the backstory of the game and everything, I guess maybe she was interned at Blackgate as well.
Can't imagine why they would.
Yeah, she's very much an Arkham-style patient, so... And here we get to the actual gameplay bit of the game, besides simply using your control stick to move around. And as you can tell, Jake's played this game a bit.
Too much.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of breezing in terms of combat, except for maybe in a few scenarios where we deem it necessary to slow down. Bane, and just a few stealth-based bits.
Okay.
Probably take it a little bit slower just to show the scope of the game.
Yeah, what it's like.
Ah, the counters. This game, honestly, like, the reason I declare it one of the pinnacles of action gaming is that this combat system is still one of the best I've seen yet. It's just, everything flows so smoothly.
We haven't gotten the bat nut punch yet, but
No.
That's a pretty good one
Yeah.
when it comes.
Something a friend of mine pointed out recently. Notice that every single time he knocks somebody out, they instantly go for their head.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if you somehow knock them unconscious with a punch to the kidneys. They'll be like, my skull hurts, and just kind of slump to the ground. Again, you just see some of Hamill's acting chops here, because he's able to go from this, where he's just open mockery and joking around, to downright threatening. Pretty much on the drop of a hat. He really nailed this character.